what it just sounds like, and I'm gonna just keep it real, what it sounds like for most people, they can't look at hard statistics on like averages, percentages, and things like that. And it's just people that are usually older, like getting up there, like 18 to 22, that are in denial and can't understand that like that's how it is. That's what it looks like. And for me, there is no agenda. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have an agenda. Like, I want to believe that people can be, you know, freaking older and be good, because then that would make me not as freaking, it would make me in a better situation than I'm in, like competitively. But I just can't. I'm a statistics man, dude. I'm a statistics man through and through. I don't follow the heart. I don't follow emotions. I'm literally looking at like statistics. Statistics will show me that in Rocket League there's freaking nobody like that. There's people that were 15 when they got into the league and are falling off when they're 20. To be honest. So I don't know, man. Wait, what? Wait, no, I didn't want it, dude. I wanted to just pop it up, and then I freaking got it. And I was like, well, I guess we'll figure it out now, I guess. Why not? Oh, dude, I'm so good. I can't hear a single thing right now that's happening on the screen, by the way. Not a single thing. Bro, they hit that too? This is so sad. And again, I want to be very clear. That's Rocket League. That's not Street Fighter. That's not CS:GO. CS:GO, it's the same like 10-year average. Like for Rocket League, for me, it's 15 to 25. For CS:GO, to me, it's like 18 to 28. You can even stretch it, say 19 to 29, but like I think it's the same 10-year, but I think it's a different 10 years usually. Oh, big. Um, I don't think so, dude. There's still, like, okay, if we're talking about percentages, I've already mentioned this. If you're talking about percentages, you can sit here and I can totally tell you that, you know, people that are like 15, a larger percentage of people that are 15 are gonna have more time to spend, right? But like to say that nobody freaking 20 plus has the time would be a straight cap, because the guys like Wonder, the guys like AXB that have been pro and were putting in 100 plus hours because pro was their job. That's their job. You know what I mean? Like that's their job. Like, and yet they're not here. That's my biggest point. Is that there is people like that. There's people that their entire career when they're 20 is like that's it's to play. So obviously you're gonna put in 100 hours every pass. Actually, yeah, you're gonna put in 100 hours every pass too, because that's your job. It doesn't matter about anything else. But why are they not staying up, right? If they're already pro and they can put in that much time, which they can, right? Why are they not here? That's like what happened to ignite? What happened to Speed? What happened to like people that's careers were Rocket League for whether it be 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, it doesn't matter. They were their career was this, so that means obviously you put in a lot of time because this is your career. Um, but yet they're not here. So what happened? None of those guys are. That's the thing. None of those guys are. It's not a percentage. None of them. So what? You know what I mean? It's not like a percentage. It's not like, oh, some of those guys are, because then you could make the case that like, but it's literally none of them are. Did he get the flip reset? I don't even know. Oh my god, that's crazy. So make the case there. Are we just gonna say it's based on percentages? You know, there's more, like there's more percentage of younger people can actually put in that much time versus like the older people, and that's all it is. and there's just more like they're gonna get replaced. People are gonna get replaced, and if we're talking percentages, it'll more than not be a young person. I guess you can make the case for that, but then there's also people that obviously like Garrett G that have been around for 6 years. Justin has been around for 5 years, but why do you think they've been around for 5 years? It's because they started when they were 15. It's just obvious. But why do old people not stay pro? That's the point. There's obviously older people that are pros at a certain point, but why do they not stay there? Why do they not evolve with the community? Because they lose interest and drive. Why? This is their job. Their job is to play video game. I'm sorry, but who loses the drive? Who's losing the drive there? Who's like, you know what? This whole playing video games, making it a career thing, not really for me. I don't like it. Who realistically? Who's like, you know what? I want to get out there and just work. Like, put my nose down and just freaking work out there. I just want to become a construction worker. Like what? Yes, it is. It's a good living. Dude, these pros are making 10K a month. This is a great living. Like, you can save a ton doing this. Unless, of course, they thought that they couldn't stay up there. Unless they thought potentially their future's in jeopardy being a pro player. But that would mean that... You see, if you really thought that you were good and the age didn't matter, then clearly you would not. Unless you thought it wasn't a future, it didn't have a future in it. Oh, by the way, some of these guys, I don't know if you know, but like some of these competitive players, they stop being pro, and guess where they go? There is actually a career path. You guys may not know, but there is actually a career path. You get into the operations side of things of esports, by the way. That's what's happened to a few players that you may not know about. But, like, they're now in the organization. They work in a freaking cubicle, or they work in an office. Like, they're actually part of the organization that they played for 3 or 4 years. So, it's not like there's not a career path. Like, if you're good. Doomsy was never a mainstream player. He's working at freaking... He was working at places for the organization. Fireworks was never a mainstream player. Nobody thought Fireworks was a really good freaking player. But yeah, he's working. Actually, I would tell you that the mainstream guys don't do that. I would tell you that it's mostly the guys you never heard of that wind up working for the organization. Like if they weren't a content creator or whatever. To be entirely honest. Well, what would you define as pro? Pro's top 8, right? That's what T-Curl said, that pro's top 8. All top 8 players are making close to 10K a month. They're making 8 to 10, trust. I know their salaries. I know their salaries, okay? I actually know their salaries. They've told... I have people that tell me their salaries. I have people that literally deal in their salaries. Pro's top 8, in my mind, by the way. Now, if you want to say that's a very small list of people, you're absolutely right. It's a very small list of people. It's not a lot. That's Rocket League's problem, though. That's not everybody's problem. That's Rocket League's problem. Like, the idea that, like, you're either making way over living or you're making nothing, because that is the facts. Like, with Rocket League, you want to talk about, like, something that's really interesting? I think that Rocket League... Okay, so you know how, like... the economy, right? Well, we can talk about the economy for a second. Like, there's a shrinking middle class. That you're either poor or you're rich, right? That's what's happening in Rocket League. It's been like that. You're either making way more than living, or you're making literally nothing. That's just facts. Like, if you're not in RLCS, even like if you're a top 16 player, you're making like 1,000 a month maybe. No lie, no lie. You're making nothing. Like, let me just keep it real. Nobody that's top 16 to 24 is making a living. Maybe Forky is, like, on Power. Maybe Power's paying them enough, but I doubt it. Like, new sound. Oh, gotcha. No, it is top 8 because top 16 isn't livable. Top 16 isn't a livable salary, trust me. You think I'm capping, but it isn't. Because go look. Let's go. You think I'm capping, but it's not. Let's go look then. 2,000 split between 3 players. That's 9 to 16. 2,000 split between 3 players. And I can tell you that Vibrance like just got signed by a crew. I think it was like 2,000 a month. I think it was like 2,000 a month they got signed for. So to tell me that top 8 is not, or top 16 is, kind of a stretch, my guy. Kind of a stretch, actually. Um, like, look, it's 2,000 split between 3 players. That's nothing, dude. That's freaking nothing. That's actually not split between 3 players for some of these teams, because the coach may get a little bit, or if you have a manager, the manager maybe get a little bit. It's actually not even. It's like, for some people, it's not even a 3-way split. It's actually more like a 5-way split. So, what's up? What's up, Big Milkies? I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling. LOL. Okay, if bro is top 8, then sure. I don't think most people only consider top 8. No, I do, because it's livable money. This is $1,000 for 13 to 16 is not livable money. Like, are we gonna argue about this? Are we gonna argue about this? Like, and if you're talking about player salaries, if you're not signed to like Envy or someone, if you're not signed to Envy, if you're signed to like RBG or the Crew Squad, um, like then you're definitely not making over 3K a month. You're definitely not. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, let's go look at like Torrent. Okay, so Torrent's been around for almost 3 years now. I'd say 2 years. I'd say 2 years. A legit 2 years here. Actually, okay, 2020 06. So almost a year and 9 months. They have made 59,000 split between 3, 4. No, sorry, they have a coach and a manager. So split about 3, 4. Let's say 4 to 6 ways. So that's what, about $10,000 from winnings in a year, almost 2 years. You know what I mean? That's 5K a year off earnings. It's really not a lot. Um, yeah, for sure, for sure. You make more. You make more. Well, that's the thing. That's why I've always talked about pro players need to be making content. They don't, but they should, because that's your career path. That's your career path. People don't get it. That is your career path. Is content. But if you don't make it, you have nothing when you're gone, because you will be gone. Um, but yeah. What's up? What's up? You got a question? Yeah. What's up? Um, Majority doesn't make 8 to 10. No. No. If you're good esport, if you're a CS:GO esport, if you're CS:GO, top 16 is pro, top 24 is pro. There's actually more people making 5K a month off CS:GO than there is in Rocket League. That's just the case. And they've got more players. You've got 5 players instead of 3. There's just way more money in the contracts and stuff like that for something like CS:GO. That's why it's tier 1. That's why Rocket League's not tier 1. That we're having a debate about tier 1 or not tier 1 right now. That's why Rocket League's not tier 1, because there's less people that are quote unquote pro salary, livable salary, right? There's way less people in Rocket League than there is in CS:GO or Valorant or anywhere. Because those are tier 1 esports. We are not. There's a reason for that. Like, there's reasons for that. From where you got me now? Whoa. My guy, never asked that in this chat. Never, ever ask that in this chat. You will get me banned. just so we're clear. It's never discussed here. Anyway, yeah, that's why Rocket League is not tier 1. Because I remember me and Bass from the past were having this discussion. Right? So basically the discussion was is Rocket League a tier 1? And if it isn't, okay, why? Whatever, right? But basically me and Bass said that if Rocket League was a tier 1 esport, I would be making a living and he would be making a living doing our respective things. Like I said, if I was making content and he was casting, we would both be making a very good living if it was tier 1. Now, here's what he said. I think within the next 2 to 3 years, Rocket League will be tier 1. The problem is, can someone wait another 2 or 3 years for it to be that way? To have that situation? Can we wait another 2 or 3 years for it to be in a situation like that? For some people that's gonna be a no. It's unfortunate. I don't blame them. It's gonna be a no though, for some people, which sucks, man. It freaking sucks. But like the deal is you've waited 5 years to 7 years for it to be a tier 1. It hasn't been. Like, can you wait more time for potentially it to be? Or if it's not, you've wasted even more time. So the problem, yeah, that's just the problem. Respect it. Respect that. I respect that answer. In 17, I 100% respect that. There is definitely more players and more percentage of young people than there is old people. So if we're clarifying it through that, yeah, sure. But again, my point still stands that there's literally zero. That's my point. There's literally zero. You can't give me a percentage. You can't even give me a percentage of people that are 25 and over because there's literally zero right now. So, like, there's not a single one. My point still stands that there's not a single one. So as of right now, it's literally impossible. It's not improbable. It's literally impossible. That my point still stands for that. Whereas like CS:GO, you know, you're seeing 25, 25, 27, 27. Like you're seeing an older age, but of tier 1 is a bit weird. It's not a bit weird. It literally comes down to, look, it comes down to how much money is involved. It comes down to how much money is involved in the esport. And the truth is, Rocket League, money-wise, is not CS:GO. It's not CS:GO. It doesn't have the longevity. It doesn't have the money. It's getting there. It's very close. But the problem is the way we're splitting it and stuff like that. The way we're splitting it is just too, like, crap. It is too crap. Which is thus like, remember there was like a long time. Hold on. So remember there was a long time where I don't know if you guys even know this, but like orgs were backing out of Rocket League specifically because the way Rocket League was running things, like the way Psyonix was running things. This is why we're owned by Epic Games, by the way. Is because orgs were like clearing out of Rocket League because, and obviously orgs bring money and they bring notoriety and things like that. They bring notability, but they were backing out because of the way the system worked, the way pro players, the way it all worked. Like that's why they were backing out. That does not sound like a tier 1 esport to me. Like, you see what I mean? And we've lost quite a bit of people. You forget that we don't have Fnatic. Fnatic, very big org. We don't have Fnatic anymore. We didn't have Evo Geniuses for a while. We didn't have Team Liquid. We've been getting people back, but we lost a lot at one point. And I really thought Cloud9 was the final straw. I was like, dude, this is it. But It makes making it, but that's not he. That's one person though. I could name you. I could. Oh, so you think? So you think? Smash. You think Smash is a tier one esport? You think Smash Brothers? You think Super Melee is a tier one esport? I mean, Mango's making a living. He's killing it. What Ludwig's making a, he was in the Smash community. He was in the Melee community. There's people that are making a living from Smash. There's just not enough people. The percentages are so off. Like for Smash, it's like the 0.001% are making a living, whereas like CS:GO, it's like 0.01%. Or you know what I mean? It's different. It's a lower percentage. Trust. Um, like there are people making a living from Smash, but Smash is not a tier one esport. I think we can all agree on that. I think we can all agree on that, right? Phases, yeah, for sure, phases. Yeah, we've gotten it back. Yeah, we've gotten it back, like for sure. But we were having that conversation 6 months, a year ago. By the way, me and Bass were having that conversation 6 months to a year ago, and he said about 2 years, which I agree with. I think it can be in a year. Um, Smash hater, what? It's just not a tier one. I love Smash. I love the way they run things. Like I like the LAN aspect of Smash, but it's just not a tier one. Like uh, you're you have to admit it. It's just not a tier one. I love Smash. I love freaking Smash moments and stuff like that. It's great. But like the fact that I was able to name you, like, okay, I can name you the five gods right now, like in Mewtwo King, Mango, Armada, uh, freaking. Oh my god, no way I'm gonna lose it. This is sad. Oh my god, I am so upset. Armada. Armada is usually the one I forget actually because he's on EU and he's not NA. Mango, Armada, Mewtwo King, a Hungry Box, and God dang it, I can't. But yeah, I can't come up with the fifth one. But yeah, yeah. But like going back, like Scrub. I mean, did you see it? Like, what's the argument to that? There's people in Smash that are making a living. Just because people are making a living doesn't make it a tier one esport. I'm sure there's a freaking random freaking garbage esport in like tier three that people are making a living from. I bet you anything. But the amount of people that are making a living, nah, dude. Oh, dude, Musty's making a killing. I know how much money Musty's making. Musty's making close to 1 million a year. Like actually, he's making close to 1 million a year, dude. He made 120,000 in 1 month, or 100,000 in 1 month of ad revenue. But is that competitive? The problem is that comp? Is that comp? He is that comp players making a living? And I said tier one esport, not tier one game. There's a difference. He's clearly like he's separate from esports. He is not. He is not Rocket League esports. Where's the? Like, if realistically only 100 to 200 people are like, let's say, hold on, let me add up. Okay, if I think it's top 8 or top 10 are making a living. Okay, I just want to calculate. Let's start trying to calculate here. I think it's about what? 30, probably about 40 people in each region are making a living from esports, right? 40 people, you'd say, are making a living. 40, 50 maybe. So that's 100 in esports because that's EU and NA. Maybe you can say a couple in SAM or Australia, except I know your guys' money situation, so it's not. It's not. Let's be very clear. I don't think there's any that are making a living from esports that are Australian. Maybe there is. Actually, maybe there is. There might be three or six combining. 3 or 6. 3 to 6. Would you make that assessment? 3 to 6 players? So let's add up 6. Let's add up 6 from both regions. Let's say there's 12. Okay. And we're not gonna even, there's no shot that there's some from Asia. I refuse to believe that. Maybe there is. I kind of refuse to believe that. At most 4. Okay, so yes. So, okay, we'll say 8. About that. 8 players. Are the coaches making a living, you think? Hey, are the coaches making a living or no? Like, is the coach making a living on all those teams or what? I want to include them if there is, and if they have a coach, obviously. We got to be talking about the wealth spreading and stuff like that. Back on Central. Did you, I'm just gonna have to, okay, so until I get my answer, I'm just gonna keep going. So, let's say there's around 8 to 9 players. Maybe let's round it up to 10 in Sam and Australia. So that's 120 players, basically, right? It's 120 players. And what was the question again? Oh, how many people are making a living from esports, Rocket League? And then once I settle that question, then we're gonna settle what's it called? We're gonna settle the content creators side of things. But obviously it's gotta be very crude and it's gotta be very averaged out because I don't know freaking every content creator. We're just gonna do some freaking quick analysis stuff. And should we overlap content creators with pro players, by the way? Like, as in, if I say if one of these pro players that's making a living is also making a living from content, do you want me to add them in that number? I think we have to, because I don't know as much about CSGO, so we have to. Oh, I know. Oh, in 17, I'm very aware, but it's an esport, right? It's not, the topic is not the whole community. The topic is the esport. So we gotta get the esport number first, obviously. Oh, I have no idea about the Fortnite stuff. Oh my god. What a shot. Oh, probably. Definitely. Wait, I'm sorry. I said probably? Definitely. Because there's so little freaking amount that are making a living from Rocket League. And as far as esports goes. Oh, I'm sure there is. It's not even a probably, it's definitely. Scrub, did we get the number or no? I'm just gonna have to assume it's 10 players. 10 people. I don't even know if that's including players, including coaches. I'm just gonna have to assume what number is making a living. Making a living is 40K. Because you need about 40K to like also have savings and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I would say 40K. It is so that you can have savings and stuff like that. Like, we're talking about setting up for retirement, you know what I mean? So, and obviously that number will go up, but for now I think it's 40K. Maybe 30, but I think it's more like 40 for sure. Obviously, I don't know how to do that in like EU numbers or Australia numbers. I'm only doing USD. So whatever number that is. Yeah, 40K probably. To be good. You know what I mean? Like making like living and struggling are two different things. Sure, you can live. Living and struggling are two different things, dude. Like surviving. Living and surviving are two completely different things. I'm surviving right now. Like, it'd be kind of cool actually. But I do want to go. I will eventually get around to that. By the way, I will eventually get around to the whole franchising idea that the orgs had. Because orgs actually had that for Rocket League, like is in some kind of franchising system. But I'll talk about that in a bit, for sure. I'll get around to that tonight. What was I saying? Oh, so let's say it's 120 players. Okay, now let's go look at CS:GO. Let's think about CS:GO. We'll say top 20 teams from each region are probably making a living. That's my guess. Top 20, maybe top 30. Right? That's also coaches, that's everyone, dude. That's everybody. That's not just players, that's coaches, that's subs. Maybe not subs. Like I'd say subs for like top 10 maybe. But that's 5 players. That means 6 or 7 times 25, we'll say. 6 or 7 times 25, so that's what? 125 to 130 from one region, by the way. And then we'll say same thing goes for EU and NA. So 250. And then we go into like the minor regions, and we'll say about 4 to 6 teams, 4 to 8 for like everyone, 6 plus like another one 7, right? I'd say 4 to 8. So that's like, I could be completely skewed on this. I'm not too clear on the rock or on CS:GO numbers. I mean, to be fair, I have seen a CS:GO contract that was $1 million. So unless you can provide me that Rocket League's anywhere near that, it was like a 5-year, $1 million contract. I'm not trolling. What contract was this? It was like Cloud9's super team. It was like $1 million in 5 years. Dude, what? What? You know what I mean? Like, what? There's no shot. Right? Yo, Ticarel, appreciate the sub again. Obviously, you can't disclose contracts, can you? Obviously, T. But like, you would say right now that Rocket League's not a tier 1, right? Right? I would say that Rocket League's not a tier 1, right? Like esport, not a tier 1 esport. Yes, right? Now, why is that, T? I want you to expound on that. Why exactly do you think that is? Because I've already talked about this for the last 30 minutes. But why do you think that is? Game isn't appealing. No. I meant like from my like. We're not talking about like that. We're talking about like an actual, like from a like. Why is it not? Not like I didn't mean like player. I meant like, okay. Not like that. I mean more like what's the effects of it not being a tier 1? What's the effects to people? Okay. I'll give you mine. Okay, I've said that it's a tier 2 because people are like, not enough people are making a living, as in the esports. Like, not enough people are making a living or anywhere close to it compared to anything else. Jesus. I'm so glad to see Doombug back, though. I'm kind of fanboying out right now. You can't tell, but I am. I've been thinking about Doombug, like, all the time. This whole time. I'm like, holy, he's back. It's crazy. It's crazy to see such a familiar face. I remember Doombug. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that, T? And I said there was about 10 teams that are making a living, meaning about 40,000 a year. Would you say there's about 10 teams in each region? Or what? 16? I don't think it's 16. It's definitely closer to 10, dude. I refuse to believe it's 16. I could be wrong, though. Yes. Right? Okay. Good. We're on the same page, T. Now, hold on. But hold on. Scrub said that, what do you mean it's not a tier 1? Musty's making tons of money. Obviously, my argument to that is that Musty is not Rocket League Esports. Obviously, my freaking argument to that is that he's not Rocket League Esports. So just because he's succeeding doesn't mean anything. Like, means nothing. So, but yeah, we're basically what we're doing is like clarifying how many teams you think are making a living from CS:GO to Rocket League, right? My guess is that 10 teams, so about 30 players each, 50 if you want to go crazy, we can say 50 players in each region are making a living. Define living, 40K. 40K. Maybe I'll drop it down to 35, but I think 40K a year. Wait a second, is this? No, it's not. Yeah, give a rough estimate. I say it's about 40. Because there's a difference between living and surviving. 16 teams? Okay. And is that coaches included, or players, or and subs included? How many? What would you say? How many subs and coaches are included in that conversation? No subs. Okay. Players, yes. Okay. Coaches? Coaches are making a living? Coaches maybe 6 to 8? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Okay, so 16 times 3, that's 48. So about what? 54. Like I said, about 50, right? Yeah, 54 to 56. And then we would say the same thing about EU, right? Or actually, EU is a little bit less, right? EU is less because it's like, didn't they complain about money and stuff like that in EU? So it's actually less for EU, right? Way less. Okay. So what would you say? Top what for EU? Top what for making a living? Top 12? Top 8? Top 8 maybe? Top 8 maybe? What do you mean maybe? Like isn't it might be less than top 8? Top 10 to be generous. Whoa. Holy. Okay, we're gonna say top 9 then. And same thing applies, no coaches. Not top 12? Oh, okay. What? You're like estimating? Okay, so top 12. So through this 12 times 3. Same thing applies for coaches and whatnot. Like, isn't there's only about 4 coaches that are making a living, you would say? No subs. It's all good. It's all good, man. We're chilling, dude. I don't know about coaches. Well, I would imagine, you know, seeing as players are making less, you would have to imagine coaches are. So you said what? You said what for coaches? 4 to 6. So probably around what? 4. Let's say for EU it's 3 to 4. Then I'd have to guess. Okay, so that's 36 plus. Well, so let's just say 40. So yeah, literally exactly what I said. 50 for each region. We would say about the same. So 40 and 56 or so. Yeah. So let's just say 40. Let's just say 50 for each region. And then Scrub was just telling me. I'm pretty sure that's the Scrub from Pioneers. He was saying that there's about 4 teams from Australia that make a living. I don't think so. Sorry, I can't see that. I really can't see that. I can see 2, maybe 3. I really can't see that. I think it's 3. He said, I think 2, maybe 4, and I was like, I think it's 3. I mean, he would know. He said maybe 4. Well, then how would we know? You know what I mean? He said maybe 4. So, I would say 3, exactly. So 3, and then you would say the same thing for Sam, right? We would say the same thing for Sam, maybe? Same thing? And I'm gonna imagine that coaches are not. There's no coaches making a living. That's my guess. If there is, it's 1. Like, so there's like 10 players. I said there was 10 players from Australia, so that's about right? 10. I would say 10. Yeah, so 10 from each region. So exactly, bro, I was on it, guys. Can we point out how freaking on that I was? Can we just freaking point out how on that I was real quick? It's almost as if I know. I kind of do. I actually kind of do. I talk to people that handle the money, dude. It's almost as if I talk to the people with the money. I know. Dude, where's your musty money? Where's your freaking musty money, dude? You're the goat. Where's your musty money? It's almost like there's no money in esports for Rocket League, which makes it a tier 2 esport. Define no money. Justin making money. Get him. Been a shot. The T shot. Shot. We just call it shot. Well, like we emphasize the T, so it's like shot. Do what a shot. Define Justin. But yeah, so then I went to CS:GO, right? And you would say the top 30 teams. I say top 25. I'll keep it generous. I think top 25 teams are making a living. That's everyone. That's freaking players. That's coach. That's sub potentially too. I don't know anything. I think it's 25, dude. I think it's 25. Which just to keep it real, I've already done the adding for that. That means that just NA alone is making all of Rocket League, like you know, average freaking person, like is in like player count. Wait, we can't check it. Yeah, so that means just NA is. So yeah. No, it's not Nightbot. It's the freaking break of the. I think it's the rank thing. I think it's rank thing gets broke. Why? Oh, why are you trying to get at this topic? Oh, because someone said that. I said that there wasn't much money in Rocket League, and people basically were like, there is, basically. Like as in it's the tier 1, like it's the tier 1. There's all this money. I'm like, no. Exactly. It's not tier 1. But me and Bass from the past were basically saying stuff. Me and Bass from the past were talking, and it was basically like, I think it was like 6 months ago. Me and Bass basically said that yo, Rise, appreciate the follow. Sorry, the raid. Me and Bass were talking like 6 months ago, and he was basically saying like that if it was a tier 1 esport, me and you could make a living. But we're probably gonna have to wait 2 more years to make a living. Like I said, we're building what we're building. We're gonna have to wait another 2 years. Can you wait another 2 years is the problem. Can you wait? Or are you going to wait 2 years and it still not work and then you wasted another 2 years? That was the point. Oh, I have no freaking shot. I have no clue. I really don't know anymore. I mean, I think they're doing everything they can at this point. So, like, I think it's just a matter of time as long as they don't goof it up, man. I really think it's a matter of time. Like they put a lot more money into it. Trust me. I've already looked at the money. They put a lot more money into it. Like clearly. Than they were. They were nowhere near CS:GO money. Like when on our start, we were nowhere near CS:GO's money or even CS:GO's starting money. Or like Counter-Strike starting money. But now like we're actually at the same level or pretty close to it, but we just need this consistency now. We just need the consistency now to like show it. So just for them to like pay people less, nah, dude. Nah, dude. I like the idea of potentially letting like teams that aren't making a living make a living from earnings, like in a couple months. I actually like that idea because like these like NRG doesn't need the money. You know what I mean? NRG doesn't need the winning money. I think a team like Oxygen definitely needs some winning money if they can go up, get top 4 in the region. Isn't near big enough. But they've made strides. That's the thing, T. I've always said it. I've said it. I'm a glass half empty kind of person. I look at the negative a lot. But like, look at what they've done. They've expanded the game to like freaking Africa and stuff like that. Like they're doing the right things. They're doing what they should do. They're doing what they should have done earlier, but they are doing the right things now. Like clearly, no one can say that that's a bad thing. Like, so they're doing it now. They just hope that it grows in those other regions. That's what you're hoping. If you're Rocket League, you're hoping that it grows in SAM. You're hoping that it grows in Africa. You're hoping that it like, but you've set the seeds now. The seeds are there. Now you just need it to happen. Yeah, he is a pro. Dude, you're drunk. Don't talk on my channel. Yeah, it would be maybe in hard candies. Dude, the freaking like caramel ones. Ooh. My point was that it's grim to be somebody like that. The real point, I think, came to like old people and how like nobody freaking 25 and over is in Rocket League right now. Like they're not pro. Like the ones that were are not anymore. But then it just evolved into this kind of conversation. I don't know where, but ain't T isn't pro? Nah, T isn't pro. Nah, T is pro. RBG background. There's no RBG background. What are you talking about? Oh, the freaking, the color in the background. Oh my god, I thought you were talking about, bro, I thought you were talking about the freaking team. I was like, I've never been on that team. I get what you're saying. I don't know, we just have the lights on now. Like, we don't, I'm trying not to make myself burn up, like, with lights, so, like, tonight. Because they get hot. Like they've clearly, again, they've clearly made the right freaking step, but will it work? I don't know, but you can't blame it on Psyonix at this point, or like Epic Games at this point. You know what I mean? Like you gotta blame it on the game at that point. You can't blame it on them. Like it isn't because they aren't trying at this point. Like it was because they weren't trying. Now I don't think you can make that case anymore. I really don't. So we took out one of the, that's the thing, we took out one of the freaking things that I think was holding it, and it's like, okay, well hopefully it just, now it takes off. I don't know. What do you think about the UE5 stuff? Oh, I mean, if it's great, then it's great. We've already had this discussion, by the way, T. We've been having this discussion, which is the sad part, which means it's taking forever. But we've actually had this discussion a couple times. Basically, I said, it's going to be great. It's going to give us the life we need, potentially. Along with all the other stuff, the introducing in Africa, the introducing to China, or whatever, like the Chinese market, things like that, right? Like, that's, you know, but my thing is, the only problem is, like, if it flops, there's always the potential that it does nothing, or it flops, and then it's like, what do you have to look forward? You got nothing to look forward to. Like, there's always the potential. And at that point, so it is kind of one of those, like, It either happens or it don't happen, and it's like... Bro, I'm so sad. We should have scored. I kept it up for you, Doombug. I did not keep it up for you. Love the stream. Yo, appreciate the appreciate the lurk, man. God dang it. What's that? They're remaking the entire Rocket League game onto a new graphics engine. We're on Unreal Engine 3. That way, that got made in like 2009 or something. So we're about to like leap into the future essentially of like what we can do in this video game. But the problem is if it just like drops, I don't think it will, but if it just like, then, what do you have to look forward to? You don't have anything to look forward to. 19. You have nothing to look forward to. So, oh, what? When? We don't know. We don't know. We can only speculate that it'll be this year, hopefully. Hopefully it'll be late this year. Maybe summer, but let's imagine that it's late this year. Like the last 4 months. If it's not, hopefully early next year. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows. That's the problem. We don't know, and that's what Sunless Calm was talking about. That's what all these guys have been talking about. Like we don't even know. We have no idea what their freaking plans are. Like what kind of progress they're making. We have no clue on any of that, dude. So it sucks because we have no idea. I don't even talk. Oh, trash talk on milk. Okay. I was like, I don't even talk trash. And I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely talk trash on that. That's garbage substance. I'm not even a big fan of it. Oh, you should have seen me, dude. If you're looking for enjoyable content, trust me, go back the last freaking hour. I have been non-stop talking about just everything. Like this game, ages, all of it, dude. I was freaking on it for like a whole hour and a half. Someone tried to tell me, someone really tried to tell me in this chat that there was somebody that was 78 years old that was a pro player in this game. And you know, you're probably thinking like, oh, it's the guy in Sunless' video. No, they're talking about some freaking CSGO player that plays in an all-senior league that sucks freaking garbage. Like, not even like silver level. So yeah. I got trolled for about 20-30 minutes, I think. Not fun. What was it? Hell, you down to run some Fortnite soon? Oh, no. We're down to play Rocket League all night. I played Fortnite today, actually. That's why I've got my Fortnite fix out. Ah! Jesus. No shot! We lose the video game again. We have lost all of the video game. Ask that question. I mean, I'm always gonna say no to that question. You don't know how many times I've said no to Crush. Crush always wants me to play Fall Guys, and the answer to that is always the same, which is that I'm trying to freaking grow. I've got to play Rocket League over another game. I wanna play other games. I do, but other games won't sell. Other games are not gonna get me the host from Spuda. Playing Elden Ring for a week will not get me a freaking host from Spuda or Alpha Cap or anyone like that. So, and obviously those are the times where we get like 50 followers in like one day, you know? So we're looking at growth